Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris, the life-seeded series. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 36. It's the year 2550, trying to conquer the galaxy. You can see where we are in the blue. We're getting there. And in this video, what I want to do is say, it's been brought to my attention that there is some form of automatic population migration in the game. Unfortunately, it's locked behind a resolution in the Senate. If you go down here and you go to the greater good, there is this greater than ourselves. It creates an edict that you have to spend a bunch of influence on. I have a lot of problems with this as a potential solution to this. For instance, chattel slavery, livestock, and grid amalgamation slavery types are banned. I don't use slaves, but still it seems, and basic subsistence and stratified economy living standards are banned. So in addition to doing the thing that you really need it to do, which is just migrate your darn pops, it's also messing around with living conditions. And it's not, this isn't enacted the same way, for instance, that the mod was. The mod gave you fine-grained control at the planetary level. You could use decisions to say, do or don't migrate people to this planet automatically. And you could use policies to say, migrate people to planets with a habitability of 60%, or you could say, only migrate them if the habitability is a minimum of 80%. You had some control. You don't have control at this. But and this is the worst part, weak support. So if we go propose that, greater than ourselves, up next. Senate's in recess. There's weak support for this. We're going to obviously support it. I don't know that. And click to declare this resolution an emergency measure and move it to the fore. So we're going to do that. So now on the Senate floor is greater than ourselves. And if we have any favors to pull, call any favor. So we do. We have favors to pull in from the Silicon Manifold and the Republic of Behem. So if we do that, call in favors, it costs us 50 influence. So we do that.
Initializing hostile engagement protocols.
We're going to end up with some opposition. So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, we have war going on over here. We wanted to go after the Boki Hive.
System survey concluded.
It'll be very nice if the automatic pop migration works, but still, the idea that it's hidden behind that is just
research concluded.
That it's part of that. And there's, of course, the whack-a-mole. So it's just but at least the solution, at least a solution, even if it's a poor one, exists.
Construction project concluded.
I need to get my... Where are you? You're
System
there.
survey concluded.
Because I was going to make you jump. So hold on. Transport fleet, go there. Just jump right there. You guys might as well move
Striking
there.
hostile station. Research concluded.
Because the thing I really want to do... Oh, look at this. Wow. How many planets are here? 355 army. 710. Wow, this is like the home system of home systems for them, isn't it? Oh, because these are all habitats. I see. The Boki Hive. Yeah, they're all habitats. They just made a ton of them, didn't they? Okay. Now I understand what's going on. Edict duration. That's going to be a very interesting thing, is that edict duration. Is it... If pop resettlement, all edicts are temporary, it seems like. So
Striking hostile station.
well, yeah, the Boki Hive, we got to get in here and capture all their stuff, don't we? Because what kind of work? Settle status quo. What was this?
System survey concluded.
League of non-aligned powers going after
Research
the... What are our
concluded.
war goals? Planets. Becomes a vassal. Over in a vassal war was the whole thing. So that's good. We just need to to get them to vassalize. Ring T. Okay, let's go there. Ring T is here at the Bistromar system. Okay. Ring P has a whole bunch of people. There's no... What do you mean there's no governor there? Well, let's fix that. Stability. Unity from jobs. Food from jobs. Crime. Crime would probably be good. There's going to be people moving to the ring world. We would like them to not be crime infested place. Let's make it a research ring world. Give you some luxury goods. You're gonna have people moving there if we can get this resolution passed. Where are we at? We got opponents, but they may not be able to oppose our might. We'll see. What about so is there a planet here? Yes, Rygad. Land your armies, all 16k of them. Oh, here we go. There's go over there. Take care of that. Yeah, because the Boki Hive had several planets. They got 26, and a lot of that I think is because of habitats and things like that. So, but that war would get these chumps.
Planetary incursion initiative successful.
Both of those have been captured. So I really need you guys to move up here and go here. Why don't you go to this place? Land armies. What are we looking at? 1600 days. Okay. Yeah. So the rest of these are habitats? Looks like they're all habitats.
Initializing hostile engagement protocols.
So if we wanted to, say land armies. What do we have over here? Rising unemployment. Well,
Planetary incursion initiative.
we're going to hope that that takes care of itself here real soon.
Research concluded. Construction project concluded.
Where are the rest of my transport fleets? Like this. There's a planet over here. I want you guys to actually go take this first. Because this is a big old planet. There's 1,000 of those guys. So 1,000 strength. So go do that. Shipyards.
Station sustaining damage.
Observation posts. Integration with this. Yeah, the hierarchy of Vulcan. Which should be what, right? Somewhere up in here, I think. Where is that hierarchy of Vulcan? Rebels of the Silicon Manifold. Where are they at?
Commencing planetary incursion.
What is their
initiative.
planet? Gra in the Vulcan system. Okay. Oh, it's over here.
Research concluded.
Okay, well, that'll be ours soon enough. Yep. Doing it. One little tiny piece at a time.
Planetary incursion initiative
Hey, we got those
successful.
guys, and the little spikies show up there. That's nice. Okay, hold on. There's an archaeological site somewhere. What is this? We have discovered a new archaeological site. Ooh. Breakthrough chance. Difficulty. Hell. Hell plus is the difficulty. Assign a scientist to begin site summary. Okay, well. I really need to be building some more troops, don't I? Yeah, the tiny outliner here now forgets about where our troops are, which is kind of a bummer. They're not under civilian ships, and I don't see them under military fleets. So they're just non-existent, which is kind of too bad. I don't know what changed. Yes, help us conquer these guys. We're at 3% compared to 1% war exhaustion. I think that's probably the most lopsided I've ever seen it. Ongoing research lacks somebody. You can do that one. So if we go to civilian.
Planetary incursion initiative successful.
Alright, good job. Why don't you go take more planets?
Research concluded.
So what is this? This is an actual planet. Devastation 2%. They've got an army of 708. So we'll go take that. What are we missing? Rare crystals. Well, we'll need to go manage some planets here pretty soon.
Another day, another scientific breakthrough.
Whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole. Where is this one at? Oh, Bureaucratic Center right there. What is this? Sumlek. Oh, what is this? This is Valorum. This is ours. What are you doing? Grab those. Sumlek. And do we have... This is an orbital habitat that doesn't have anybody on it? Oh, what the heck? What in the heck? Let's call this Hab R. I don't think we have a Hab R.
Commencing planetary incursion initiative.
You are done. What are you doing? Why can't you land your armies there? What's going on here? Boki High.
Commencing planetary incursion initiative.
I'm missing something here. Oh, you're already landing somewhere else. Okay. I see. Rising unemployment. I know all about it. It's just happening and happening. Okay, go do this. So let's get this system. Darn it. This game is, at this point in time, this is a map of 600 on normal speed, and it is starting to get laggy, which is a little bit disappointing.
Commencing planetary incursion initiative.
A little bit disappointing. Now let's go see about... Look at all that unemployment. Ring T is getting built. Ring R, what do you have?
Research concluded.
Okay, the thing we're missing is
Commencing planetary incursion
synthetic crystal
initiative.
plants. We need those. We need the Research Institute to boost all that research. And the Galactic
Planetary
Stock
incursion
Exchange.
initiative successful.
Now, what are we doing here? We're good on everything else. It's just crystals that we're really bad on. So we should just build more. Build more. Build more, build more. And is integration over? That was the thing I was kind of waiting to see. Yeah, integration is over.
Construction project concluded.
So over here,
Commencing planetary incursion initiative.
wherever that was, it's ours now. Where was that? Right here, Valorum. This was. Wonder if it was that. But it's integrated and it's ours. So
Planetary incursion initiative successful.
the thing I want to keep doing is this. Baccarat. We will get by, and so that's done. That's good. It's got the 4 little spikies on it. We need some people over here. Okay.
Research concluded.
Terraforming is almost done on that place. Research just keeps getting cranked up. We've got all these science ships doing nothing. Do we have anything for you guys to do? Oh, we kind of do.
Planetary incursion initiative successful.
So if I send you over there, you can do this. Good. Yeah, one of the things. Analyze the Horizon Signal. Dedicated science vessel to deciphering the unlikely signal from a black hole in the system. Go to, where is that signal at? It's right there, which is right there. Okay, and this science ship can do it. So research that project. Yeah, somebody was talking about the enigmatic fortress, and I guess there's a mod that fixes the bug in it. And somebody was saying, here it is, 2.72 update, and this thing isn't fixed, but there's a mod that fixes it. How come Paradox can't get this fixed, but a modder can? And I think that's a great question for a company like Paradox. Victory against the Boki Hive. The Star Nation, formerly known as the Drulperfin Galactic Hegemony, has been destroyed by its enemies. The best possible outcome. So now they're ours, which is awesome. Okay, well, what we're going to do then is take all of our fleets and send them home. So that's fantastic. That takes care of the Boki Hive. Who's left on our hit list? What are these? Subject enters war. Our vassal Boki Hive has entered war against the Drulperfin Galactic Hegemony, but they got destroyed. So this should be. So all that's left is the Federated Sovereign Nations opposing us, and that is the Scanary Enterprises, the Republic of Ehim, and a few other people. The Uri Divine Confederation, Spiritual Seekers. They don't like being part of our League of Non-Aligned Power as well. It's nice that war. So where are we at here? This should pass, shouldn't it?
Concluded.
Still got a lot of days. Debris. All right, and this is migration treaty broken behind. Okay. Well, we may be a tiny bit closer to this. So now we need to start managing some of these planets that we have up here. For instance, this. This is what? Oh yeah, and then we're earning influence at a pretty good clip. We wanted to have you guys take this stuff.
Initial colonization phase.
So can I just get a science ship here? Let's get a scientist. Leader lifespan. That'll probably work. Come over here and do what? Can you excavate site? Let's see about you doing that. And you did that, so you could come down here and excavate this other site. Excavate is another word that I'm very good at saying. And this is what? This is the Bulky Hive, Vassal under Valorum. Awesome. So we will integrate them in 10 years' time. Which would be fantastic. You, I've kind of had you sitting up here the whole time. Because the Republic of Ehim is one of the last republics. And I wanted to make them part of us and become friends, but they just, nobody in our Federation wants to allow them back in.
Research
or not back in, just in. I'm going to get rid of some of these other shipyards that weren't mine. Trappist. That one's actually kind of nice. Let's do this. Where is that? Oh, it's right there. That's actually a pretty good place to have one, isn't it? I like that. We're just letting our empire go do whatever it wants to. With regards to pops right now, I want to see the automatic pop migration of that edict work. This is what? What is this? Valorum right here in the center.
Special project concluded.
Okay, Science Officer Vemus Polk reports that the signal was unexpectedly easy to decipher, but their team has spent considerable time confirming that it is not a hoax. It is a repeating, half-coherent message in the Valorum language, something like a poem. It repeats the phrase, gravity is desire and time is sight. It encodes coordinates near the black hole, and it ends with the dedication by name to the science officer, who adds dispassionately that they have confirmed that the signal has been radiating into interstellar space since before their birth. In fact, the signal may predate our civilization. Ooh, send the vessel to those coordinates. As the ISS Pytheas approaches the coordinates specified by the signal, it begins to report spatial distortions and curious lensing effects. A rich stream of valuable data. Then the transmission becomes distorted. What happens next is analyzed exhaustively. Alright. And it's the worm. Great. We learn. Physics research gained. Alright. So downgrade all these ones that I'm not using because they're extras. Kind of wish they had a different icon color, letting you know that they weren't ones that you built. They're ones that came with the Empire. This is a mess here. It's just a mess.
Another day, another scientific breakthrough.
Not quite sure what to do with all of this. Torom. Is there a bunch of these that are just like that one? Downgrade. Rizor Station. What would be the thing to do here? We got to build a gateway here. So this is Ishtrim and this is Rizor. Okay.
Another day, another scientific breakthrough.
Let's make you a T2 then. You're going to do some trade and we'll put a gateway in there. A gateway. And we'll grab that trade. Not that it matters at this point in time. What really matters is winning. What really matters is popping the victory screen from conquering the galaxy. Murrah. What are we doing with you, Murrah? I guess we'd have to put a gateway here, wouldn't we?
Construction project concluded.
Gate Murrow Station. So let's put, let's just upgrade it.
Research concluded.
I am very interested to try out some new stuff. And one of the things I'm going to be trying out is one of the games I'm going to spend a little bit more time in here in the next couple of months. Well, two of them actually is the new Masters of Orion. I say it's new. It's a more recent version of the game. And then Endless Space 2, which I've had for quite some time and have done nothing with and really want to play. This black hole, give me a black hole observatory there. Give me a deep space black site there. Where is this one? Vulcan.
Shipwreck study. Fascinating.
It was, I've used these deep space black sites some in previous games, but I haven't used them a lot. And I did get one useful piece of advice from an Aspect video where he talks about it's governing ethics attraction plus 25%. These in your systems over planets help these factions the pops lean more towards your particular ethics, which in our case are fanatic, materialist, and xenophile. So yeah, there's not, otherwise, this faction screen is something I just usually largely ignore. I just don't worry about it. Some influence comes from it, but it's never anything that's that important. This session, we got 2 years left to go. Imagine these fools debating something for 4 or 5 years. It's like, do you want automatic pop migration or not? Yes, we would like that. I wish I could trade these systems. This is the Serene Helvan Nation. How many? Serene Helvan Nation. How many do they? Oh, they got 30 Empire colonies. Wow. So, and where are they? Where are they from? I hate that they're right in the middle like this. It's like, I wish it was easier to trade this land for something else, because this is a Serene Helvan Nation. I would happily give them Hokaja. I'd happily give them everything in Hokaja. This is a habitat, so do that and make it, I don't know. What did we say? Commercial is what we're doing. Trade station. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'd happily trade them everything in Hokaja for, what is it? Haribas. And Haribas has nothing. So if we go to them and we say communicate and we say make a offer trade deal. Transfer systems, I will give you, what did I say I'd give you? Hokaja. I will give you Hokaja, and you will give me Haribas. Look at that. They're like, nope, not on your life, man. No way. If I give you some dark matter, like there's no amount of anything I can give you. Why even have it as an option then? Why does Paradox even offer that as any kind of an option if that's going to be the case? I don't understand. If you can't easily fix this, do you understand what this... I'm not even that OCD, and do you understand what this has got to do to OCD people? No wonder they like rage quit the game. Alright. Alright, let's manage some of this. These guys need more jobs. Hey. And we need a lot more crystals. Like on this planet, this is a refinery world. Perfect. We need a whole bunch more of this. So. And also, what do we have here? Crime lords? That's what this is. Drone corruption. Oh, well. That sounds bad, but how bad is it really? What do we want to? We want to change this to something else. Replace that with the city district. Alright. Oh my goodness, you guys have all kinds of unemployment, don't you? Growth discourage robot assembly cease. Let's change that. Resume robot assembly because there are no robots on this planet. Let's take this and replace it with 2 generator districts. Take this and replace it with something else. Energy grid, that'd be great. Oh, on this planet we were fixing and turning into a refiner world, and it had this stray straggler thing. We can either do all energy here or food. We have 8k energy and 1k food. Let's switch you over to food. Change this to a crystal, synthetic crystal plant. These are the things we really need. We need lots of these. And same thing, you have mining, that's okay, you can leave there. Administrative park, that's for bureaucracy. No darling, no. Ministry of production doesn't need to be on this planet. Let's give you some commercial zones instead. All these planets. Oh, and here's the funny thing, I'm not even doing this. They all need to be Gaia worlds, don't they? They all need to be Gaia worlds. This is refinery. Because we need more jobs than what these refineries can offer. Oh no, don't do that. Take this and replace it with cities. These guys don't have enough housing. And resume robot assembly. Habitat. Yeesh. Says I still have room for growth. Okay. You don't have any more room for anything. We could build more stuff here, but here's what we'd have to do. We got to raise this one up, and in doing so, we'd have to replace this with luxury housing. So we can do that. Habhish. So. So we continue to work this out. This hab, where's my, yeah, Galactic Stock Exchange, very nice. They're running out of space for jobs, that's fine. Oh my gosh, just the sheer numbers of things here. Ring S has the same problem. Everybody gets a Galactic Stock Exchange on their ring. Ring P, you get the same thing. Ring Q, yeah, look how much. It's pretty obvious after you get this far into the game that the thing that needs to be made the most is crystals. You're really dependent on these. Okay, I'm going to advance the clock here a little bit. Yeah, I know, unrest. We're waiting for this stupid thing to happen. 660. Don't tell me that that's better than the mod. It's just not. That's not factual. Horizon Signal reprise. The black hole in the Ciberon Maelstrom is active again. Once again, the looping signal flickers in the darkness at the edge of normal space. But this time there's an acoustic message encoded in the signal. It sounds very like Vimas Pock's voice. What was shall be. What shall be was. Then the same coordinates in the first signal. Okay. Zergless volunteers to go. Permit it. Alright. I love playing whack-a-mole. Love it. It's so darn awesome. Okay, where are these planets at? Down here. They don't have a sector. And it's because this is locked off, so it can't have its own sector. It's really Gra. Okay, what's the name? It's Vakon. I would love to have clicked on this, but okay. Fascinating. Now, out of my way. I'm trying to do the things that are important here. All right. Oh, what is this planet? What is this mess? What is this mess? Oh my gosh. Alright. Yeah, research on this planet for a planet that's not doing research. Alright, let's change it all over to that and then change this to city districts so they have some more housing. Give them a consumer goods industrial world designation, and they're continental, so let's terraform them to a Gaia world. And since we've been doing this to let us know that it's going to be a Gaia world, we'll do that. Do the renaming. Okay. Where is this one? Oh, right here. This Gomezia, but this is not named Gomezia. Okay. Gomeza. Okay, Gomeza. Then what I want you to do is terraform. We're going to change you to... Let's just change you to a refinery world as well. And then all these resource silos, since they don't provide jobs. Everybody gets some of this. Commercial zones. Commercial zones. Food would be the thing to do on this planet. And not energy, so let's do city districts so you can have some more housing. Okay, so this is Gomezia, which is... It's got to have its own sector, its own governor. This is Gefarik. Trust me, we love those pop-ups. Those are so sexy. I'm telling you, nothing is as attractive as having those pop up and up all the time. It's just astounding. It's awesome. I mean, give me more pop-ups. Give me more. More of them. They're so wonderful. That's sarcasm, in case you don't know. I have to make sure the Paradox knows that that's sarcasm. Because I'm not sure they know that. Let's see. Try this again. Because you just never know, do you? You never know if they're getting your sarcasm or not. Sector Gefarik. Who's close by? Nobody. That's why you have to be your own sector. Okay. I got all these little isolated planets, and I would just love to trade them. I would love to trade them for something a little bit more reasonable. Love to be able to go up to a nearby, because you can see they're just these little pockets everywhere. Pocket, pocket, pocket system, pocket system, pocket system. I'd like to trade these pocket systems so that we could look. I've got a pocket system up here. I've got a bunch of pocket systems up here that I've squished in between these people that I would happily give away if I could get some of these other pocket systems. The silicon manifold, it's like, why can't we just trade, swap that stuff? Technically it exists. Feasibly it's not.
Research concluded.
Not feasible. Okay, so here, Ishtram Sumlek. Okay. I really wish that there was something I could do. Maybe there's a mod that could fix it. I just hate playing with mods, but I wish that the system planets always match the system names for everybody, for all the factions. That would be... If anybody wants to build that mod or point me towards a mod like that, I would actually, I think, give up... I would give up Steam achievements for the ability to have a mod like that, because the renaming is just gets old and kind of drives me nuts. So just a little bit. So that would be cool. You guys should just be doing all energy, really. Frontier sector. Who's left? Kurek. Kurek, you are going to be a guy.
Construction project concluded. Research concluded.
Research concluded. Great. Yeah, the more I play this, I mean, there's parts of it I really like.
Construction project concluded.
But the more I play this game, some of the flaws are kind of bugging me, and I really just want to see what Endless Space 2 and Masters of Orion have to offer. Of course, the daunting task with doing any of that is knowing that you have to learn a whole new game, and these 4X games always require the most out of people. They require the most. Radicalization, unrest on Itraben. Itraben. Let's go find Itraben. So Itraben is right here. It doesn't have. So let's see.
Construction project concluded.
Give me a Deep Space Black side there, please. Where are we at? 360 days. We're a year away. And while there are opponents to this, I have called in 2 favors, and even by ourselves, we might have been able to pass this resolution, so that's nice. That's quaint. How are we doing with this? That we're back in the black. We're back in black. For crystals are back in the black. Yes. Don't smack me with the copyright there, YouTube, for my horrible singing. Don't do it. The Ministry of Production. Oh, and there's a mineral purification. I need that on there.
Research concluded.
Research complete. This is why I don't play on normal. What do we have here? Something has happened at one of the archaeological sites. The Pleasure Palace. The present dark and lifeless interior of the space station almost succeeds in hiding the fact that it must have been designed as some kind of luxurious pleasure palace. There are seemingly endless rows of rusty slot machines, hundreds of decrepit bars, and amidst it all, thousands of bodies. Dead, partially mummified aliens of at least a dozen different species can be found everywhere, but most of the bodies are clustered around the empty escape pod bays. Excavation file locked. Curious. Minor artifact found. This whole thing that it's a pleasure palace makes me laugh. I was waiting for a blacklight reference there, but okay. So yeah, breakthrough chance. Well, keep working on it, scientists. Let us know what you find there. I always thought that was one of the funniest lines in the Guardians of the Galaxy. He was talking about a ship, and he's like, "Oh man, if you had a blacklight, this would look like a Jackson Pollock painting." And if you don't know who Jackson Pollock is, that's probably not funny to you, but once you know who he is, it's really funny. Once again, the Horizon Signal is active. Okay, they're honestly not very good love poems, but our scientists agree quite difficult to generate love poems procedurally and quite unusual for a black hole to send love poems at all. Okay. Send Ral Pokar with their drive rig to blow. Arrive. Send them and see what happens. 30 days. Okay. I can never remember what happens with that black site thing. With that worm. The worm in waiting or whatever it is. The role-playing part of this game, I know people get really wrapped up in these. And you can always tell how much the role-playing particular species means to people because all you got to do is check the Facebook forums. And people are talking all the time about how do you make this particular species or how do you make that one. People get very involved in it. So I'm sure that they love this Horizon Signal thing. For me, it just becomes something to click over because I'm much more interested in conquering the galaxy. This will be the end of me briefing before launch. I know I won't come back, but I think I always knew this would happen. Whatever is in the hole has been waiting for us a long, long time. Whatever is in the hole is going to tell you to put the lotion on its skin. It has been waiting for me since before I was born. Once again, the single pilot ship approaches the exit point. Again, our sensor arrays soak up fascinating data. They act like data is like this part cracks me up. The data. They act like the data is a slushie at 7-Eleven and you just put your cup underneath it and grab it and then drink from it or something. It's like, what kind of fascinating data? This is so vague as to be nothing. This time, the telemetry becomes intermittent and then it too is silent. The ship has reached the exit point. The conditions around it are returning to normal. Nothing has happened. Nothing? Monitoring team mutter furiously. The ship is different. In fact, it's a different ship. It's Vilnius-Pox vessel lost the years past, drifting now away from the exit point. A salvage team finds it pristine and empty. No trace of the crew and no sign of violence. But there's a journal entry in Vilnius-Pox's name titled "What Was Will Be." Our scientists renew it nervously. "Impossible," says one. "I hope so," says another. The ship is renamed the Foundling and returned to service. The signal, dead or sleeping, says nothing at all ever again. And yet, this may not be the end. Entropic recursion gained. Okay. At any rate, I know people get really wrapped up in that stuff, but not me. I tend to play these games not for story, but for the strategy and conquest of trying to defeat the galaxy. Omega theory. Future research follow-up? Nothing. Okay, Omega theory. Tell me what that's going to give us. So Kurek is in the Aldura system. Oh, so this is what we should do. Let's do this as Hab Aldura, and then replace you. Make you a refinery station, I guess. Oh no, we've been making you trade stations. That's right. And no sector, and then Curek, which is now going to be G Aldura. So we'll terraform it. Terraform into a Gaia world already. Great. Okay. And what do we have here? Archaeological site event pending. Dead center. Preliminary excavations indicate that the celestial object came straight down on top of a sprawling city. At the time of the impact, the inhabitants were a technological level on par with early spaceflight. As ZOM 3b currently does not sustain any sapient species, it is reasonable to assume the event was beginning of the end of the civilization. It is unclear whether the giant rock landed smack on top of the city by design, or if it's just a bizarre, catastrophic event. Keep digging. Wow, so I like those archaeological things, though. Those are cool. I like those. Those are neat. So Hab, Aldura, and Aldura, the problem is this doesn't have a sector, so give it one and say leader. Alright, how far can we get this galactic resolution going before the end of this episode? Oh. Trade station. I'd love to see it in action.
Construction project concluded.
Really? Oh, and us being at peace now for the first time in a long time is pretty cool. So you can get a lot of these buildings unlocked if you make your hab like this and use all the habitation districts. I'm starting to figure out this might be the best way to do it. You can almost get this whole thing unlocked. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. There's got to be some optimum number and type of buildings to get you to unlock the whole thing and have everybody employed and not be short housing. But whatever that number is, I do not yet know it. And whatever this piece of music is, I really like it. What is this? Lacking 30 crystals. Oh, well, let's go to the old crystal place and just buy some, shall we? The Crystal Palace. Where are we at? 67 days. Let's watch this sucker pass. Order restored on Wacken. Or if you're from Germany, it's Wacken. Actually, that's the funny thing is Wacken, the concert in Germany, is spelled in the English lettering as Wacken. So the first time I ever saw a concert poster for it was, I think, while I was in Germany, and it said Wacken. And I'm like, Wacken? That's a really weird name for a metal festival. And I was told, no, it's Wacken, because the W and the V are reversed in Germany. It's like, Wacken. Oh, that sounds really cool then. And it is. I would love to go to that festival someday. Hopefully after we kind of get control of COVID, when we properly learn how to deal with it. We're going to have to live with it for the rest of our civilization. I don't think many people want to hear that, but that's why vaccines and masks and a lot of other precautions are going to be necessary for the rest of our days. But someday we'll be going back to constant. Alright, so there it is. So, resolution has been passed, greater than ourselves. We can go to edicts. We've saved up some influence. We can come down here to where improved energy initiative. No, where is greater than ourselves? Right there. Lasts for 18 years and 6 months. Okay. Encourages unemployed workers and simple drone pops to voluntarily resettle themselves to suitable planets with jobs and housing within our empire. Well, Greater than ourselves, alongside the rights enshrined in recent galactic community resolutions, we ask additional responsibilities of our workers. We can now encourage unemployed workers to voluntarily resettle out of the worlds we control that have available housing jobs and are adequate habitability. What does that mean? See, the mod gave you control over that, and this doesn't. I don't know what adequate habitability is. Is it 60%? Is it 80%? I'll have to do some digging in and find out what that is. But I will say that that is better than nothing. Certainly, it is better than nothing. Now we'll see how long it takes to enact some of this.
Research concluded.
Archaeological site is finished. It's been fully excavated. So here it just got real. That's funny. Tunneling to the center of the impact zone, it soon became evident how the giant space rock crashed on the city. The locality has been the anchor point of a surface-to-orbit tether, a space elevator leading from the planet all the way to the small moon. Due to some accident or a severe miscalculation done by the engineering department, the tether pulled the space rock too hard, upsetting the centrifugal forces and shifting the moon to just inside the gravity well. With gravity now the enemy, even the super dense structure of the space elevator could only slow the moon's descent, not stop it. Menacingly, inexorably, the rock came crashing down on the helpless below. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Jeez, that doesn't sound good. Does it? Reverse engineer minor artifacts. Oh. Wow. Okay. Jeez. And what is this? What did we lose? Ambition. Okay. Ambition. Monthly minerals. Yeah, turn that back on. We don't really need it, but what the heck.
Research concluded.
So we'll see how long it's going to take Pops to actually migrate, because what I saw on Aspect's little video, 6 tips that somebody pointed me to, was that it was not a fast process, which is how the mod works. The mod moves everybody very, very quickly. This is not, as you can see. So days are rolling by and these people are just still sitting there. So I think we have
research concluded.
We have a ways to go to deal with that being taken care of. It's a solution. It's not a good one. That's the important takeaway. Is that it's a solution, it's not a very good one. At least that's what I'm getting from it. So, alien megastructure, the Awoken have taken on the challenge of building a science nexus. Good for them. So, yes, and see, we still get all these messages. So, because it's going. Oh, this is the science one, isn't it? Yeah. Science. The science is eager to begin. Keeping the peace. Thanks to the quick and decisive action of law and forces working with civilians in Vulcan, the threat of imminent and violent riots has been quelled. Okay, that's nice. That's on Vulcan. So over here in Vulcan, we've got the deep space black site, and we said there was another one. There's one there. Where was it? Hashima? No. What is this though? This is got a nebula refinery, naval logistics office, crew quarters. I don't need crew quarters there. Give me a deep space black site over it as well. Ruinam, Rexus. So make sure I have. It was a Trappist, Titan assembly yards. Vulcan. This site can also do the same thing. Deep space black site. So get people to more closely hang out with the Loop Temple. Archaeologists have found a forgotten temple in the remote islands of Valorum Prime, buried for centuries, but recently exposed by an earthquake. Dating technology suggests its pre-industrial relic, hand-hewn from volcanic rock. However, the recurring symbol on the walls and radio altar, a Mobius-looped serpent consuming its own tail, has no obvious precedent in our early history, and the inscriptions use an unknown alphabet. One excitable archaeologist suggested it's a relic left by an unknown precursor race. In a presumably meaningless coincidence, the quake seems to have occurred at the same time as the final message from the black hole. Ooh, merits study.
Situation log updated.
Investigate the loop temple. Okay, well. The loop temple. Alright. Okay, well, we've got our galactic community thing. We've got our edict. As you can see, it's just going to be very, very slow about moving pops. So how useful is that for automatic pop resettlement? Well, this is how I would describe it. As someone once told me, if you are standing on a dollar bill laying flat on the ground, you are still one micrometer taller than the person standing next to you who's not standing on a flattened dollar bill. So, is it technically better than nothing? Yes. But I'm not excited about how inefficient it seems to be at moving my pops. The dialect station was once known as the Star Petal, and it was apparently a celebrated luxury resort in the corner of the galaxy nearly 1,000 years ago. A small fleet of tugs would drag the station to a new exotic location each year, but Kiso 3 appears to have been its last. For unclear reasons, the station was pulled into the gas giant's atmosphere where it suffered critical damage. No, minor artifacts found. Okay, well, we're going to leave that here. The episode's been long enough. This, I think for all, this right here, this, look at this. I think just looking at this, and it's been running for months now, for the people who say things like, there's a solution, it's here. Here's my answer to this. It's hidden behind the galactic resolution, which is not good, which could be difficult, if not impossible, for some people to enact who would actually need to use this. It ties living conditions to it that shouldn't have anything really to do with population resettlement. And it doesn't seem very effective at actually moving the populations. You don't have control over the habitability, and you don't have control over saying yes or no when it comes to individual planets and saying do or don't move people from here. So it's better than nothing, and certainly I'm hoping that I won't have to spend any more time in the population resettlement screen, but also the whack-a-mole game is still here. So I have to question people who say there's a solution as if it's a good one. Yes, it's a solution. It's not a good one. So please, people on message boards and things, stop being a champion for bad game design. When somebody like me comes up and says, here's a problem, and there are good solutions, and Paradox should probably implement them, don't get defensive. Listen, I love this game, and I like Paradox. I think they're a good developer, but that should never stop us from being able to criticize flaws in game mechanics. These things are not mutually exclusive. You can love a game and a game developer and still point out its flaws and still point out optimal solutions and say this would be a really good way to fix it. But instead, what people seem to do is get very defensive. They feel like you're attacking their favorite game. You're attacking their favorite developer. They get very defensive and they say, well, there is an answer. They get all snooty about it. Like, there's a solution. Yes, but it's a bad one. That's not... It's like saying, yes, I have to drive 1,000 miles tomorrow for a business meeting in an old Ford Pinto that has unbalanced tires. And, somebody like me is pointing that out and saying, well, you could go down to the rental place and get a really, really nice sedan and travel those 1,000 miles in style. And immediately somebody comes to defend the Pinto. No, the Pinto's fine. You're attacking Paradox. You're attacking Stellaris. The Pinto is fine. This is a Pinto solution to the problem. And it ignores the fact that there is basically a Ferrari out there, or there was, in the term of the automatic pop migration mod. It does everything that this does except better, and it's not hidden behind a Galactic Senate resolution. So that is my TED Talk for today, is don't mistake honest criticism, and especially when people are providing solutions, when they're saying that here's a problem and here's a solution. Don't mistake that as hate. People need to learn to take criticism. Don't mistake that and then immediately attack the person and be like, oh, there's a solution. You're just an idiot for not knowing what it is. No, I know what it is. It's not good. Okay? It's not a good solution. So, that's where we're at with this. I really hope Paradox continues to take a look at this and realize how important this part of the game is to their gameplay, because people are fond of saying pops are everything in Stellaris, and that is true. And if pops are everything, then players should probably be able to manage them better than we do now, with better tools than what we have right now. I think that's the lesson here. There's absolutely nothing wrong with saying, I like this game and I want it to be better. And if your first instinct to that is to get defensive, then that's a you problem, and you probably need to examine what's causing those feelings. Is it blind loyalty to Paradox or the game, or is it just a character flaw? But the only way anything in this world gets better is by honestly assessing it, critiquing it, giving honest feedback, listening to it, and saying, how can we do this better? Population management in Stellaris can be done better, and it's been done better. That's the thing. It's been done better by a mod from a user for free. So Paradox, I think, needs to take note that there's a better way to do this. And let us, the players, get back to doing the important things and the fun things, like waging war, invading planets, messing with the archaeological sites, which seem kind of fun, and the worm in waiting, which is something I just ignore because I want to get this done. You know, this population management shouldn't get in the way of the player doing the most important thing, which is just having fun with the game. That's it. That's the bottom line. Fun should trump everything. So in software development, we call this is like removing roadblocks. Removing friction is what we actually call it. Remove things that cause friction so that you can do your job faster and better. In this case, remove friction so that we can spend more time having fun. Alright, folks, that's going to be it. Sorry for the rant. Sorry, not sorry. As always, if you dig the episode, give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, subscribe to it. If you have a question or comment, drop it down below. And if you want to support the channel, my Patreon is listed in the description below. I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.